Hi, I'm Latham, and I'm 15, and my question is, who are the Neanderthals?
Hello, I'm Nicholas Kilzer, Senior Science Editor at World Book Publishing. I'm here at Northeastern Illinois University in the Department of Anthropology to talk about who the Neanderthals were. The Neanderthals were a population of prehistoric human ancestors who lived in Europe from about 150,000 years ago until they disappeared a little less than about 35,000 years ago. Neanderthals are found only in Europe, the Middle East, and Central Asia. Other fossil populations are found in Far Eastern Asia and in Africa, but those areas didn't have Neanderthals. Neanderthals are identified from their very unusual anatomy, especially the anatomy of their skulls. I have here the skull of a Neanderthal, and you can see by looking at it and comparing it to the skull of a modern human, the Neanderthals are very different. The Neanderthals had very big heads with low sloping foreheads. Their faces were very large and seemed to appear puffed out from the rest of their head. Above their eyes was a very large, thick ridge of bone that scientists call a brow ridge. The teeth of Neanderthals are also somewhat larger compared to that of modern humans. When we look at the rest of the skeleton, scientists have observed that Neanderthals had arms and legs that were much shorter in proportion to the rest of their body than modern people today. I have here a cast of a Neanderthal fossil arm bone. It's fragmentary, but from it we can get an idea of the overall size. When I compare it to a modern human arm bone, you can see it's much shorter. Anthropologists measure the brain size in prehistoric humans by measuring what they call the cranial capacity. This is a measurement of how much volume exists inside the skull. The average human cranial capacity is about 1,325 cubic centimeters, or cc's. Neanderthals had very big heads. The average cranial capacity for the Neanderthals is about 1,700 cubic centimeters, much larger than that of a modern human. However, scientists don't think the Neanderthals were smarter than people today. Scientists understand that the unusual anatomy of the Neanderthals is related to the environment that they lived in. The Neanderthals lived in Europe during the Ice Ages, when the environment was very much colder than it is today. The large eyes, brow ridge, face, and skull of the Neanderthal are seen as adaptations to a cold environment. The short limbs and stocky bodies of the Neanderthals are seen also as cold adaptations. A wider, thicker body helps conserve heat better. The Neanderthals became extinct about 35,000 years ago. Their extinction occurred rather abruptly and suddenly, and scientists aren't completely sure why. The most popular theory is that about 35,000 years ago, populations of more modern-looking humans arrived from Africa. These modern humans had a more sophisticated technology compared to the stone tools of the Neanderthals. Over time, scientists believe these modern-looking humans outcompeted the Neanderthals, who eventually went extinct.